Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing the counterpart to my most recent video. So I just did a video explaining like a few luxury perfume brands that I personally believe are not worth the money, and I actually had a fantastic response from you guys, which I really appreciate, because I'm going to be 100% honest right now, that video was not easy to post because let's just say if I ever wanted to create a working relationship with any of the brands that I included, it's this bridge has been exploded. But I really think that that is how you guys should know that I am loyal to you, not to a brand. And I also had some people commenting and saying like this video is just a list of brands that don't send you fragrances. That's not true at all. I've actually been sent fragrances by a few of the brands, maybe like 2 in this video, but I don't really care. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. At the end of the day, that's all I really care about. So please know that I'm not making these videos for any other reason than just to be honest and just to share my personal views. That's why I have my platform. I've always been honest with you guys, and that's what I'm going to continue to do no matter how big my channel grows. If it doesn't grow, I'm always going to stay authentic. So anyways, like I said, I have a video today explaining a few brands that I really think are worth the money and why. Again, some of you are going to disagree. I already saw a few of these brands pop up in the comments of being like, yeah, this brand's not worth the money. So I know that some people are going to disagree. Again, it's subjective. This is just my opinion. So let's go. Okay, so I have 9 brands to talk about today, and I do have like a top 3 of what I personally think is worth the money, and that's why I'm doing the video. So let's just start. A brand that I really think is worth your money is Amouage. The reason is because the quality that goes into Amouage, the perfumers that they work with, the reputation of the brand, the bottles, the packaging, the juice, the oils, it's very high quality, and I really personally think that you're getting your bang for your buck when you buy an Amouage. Even something as simple as the box that it comes in, they're beautiful. The packaging, it's beautiful, it's high quality, it's just everything. I personally went to their factory in Oman, because if you don't know, Amouage is from Oman, and I went there and I actually saw all the behind the scenes, and it's a very credible brand. In my eyes, it's very credible. It's a very high quality brand, and I personally have spent my money, and I will continue to spend my money on Amouage because I really think the brand is worth it. Again, just my opinion. Next up, we have Diptyque, which actually a few people were commenting in the comment section of my last video saying Diptyque is not worth it. To me, Diptyque is worth the money, and I'm gonna say like why. I really feel like Diptyque has a really great image to the brand. It's very high quality. They use great materials. Again, they work with great perfumers. I'm not saying every single one of their fragrances is worth the money. For instance, there's some very light fragrances that are a little boring, non-existent. They don't last very long. I wouldn't recommend purchasing those sort of fragrances. But for instance, I have Benjoin Bohème. Adore it. Eau de Well, Eau de Toilette, or the Eau de Parfum. Personally, I adore it. There's so many that I actually really love. So for me, I see Diptyque being worth it. They're very consistent in their image and how they present the brand, and that's just my thoughts. So I personally think Diptyque is worth the money. I feel like people were kind of comparing it to Byredo. To me, it's black and white. Byredo, it's very modern, kind of conceptual Instagram vibe, and I think it's a trend. I said that last time. Whereas Diptyque, it's a very classic house. They have a very classic DNA to themselves. Like whenever I smell a Diptyque, I know it's a Diptyque. So to me, I really think it's worth the money. And yeah, Fragrance du Bois. Now, some people are going to disagree with me, and okay, this is the one brand in the list that maybe I have a bias to because I love the brand so much, and that's just how I feel. I really love the fragrances. I have purchased a few of the fragrances my own, and they're very expensive. They're very expensive. So some may say it's not worth the money. I personally think it is. The juice is incredible. The quality, the materials, the perfumers, the image of the brand, it's beautiful, it's luxurious. To me, it's the epitome of luxury, Fragrance du Bois. And that's why I really think it's worth it. If you smell the juice, you can smell the high quality materials that they use. So I know it's very expensive, and yes, I do have a bias towards Fragrance du Bois because of how much I personally love the brand and have had such a sentimental feeling towards them and the fragrances, and I have so many memories attached to the fragrances. But to me, they're worth it. So you have to try this brand for yourself to see if you feel personally if it's worth like 500, 600, 300, 400, because they have a big range of prices. So You have to try it for yourself and see. But for me, it's worth it. I just want to say, obviously not some of the fragrances, like for me, Zest Marin, it's not worth the money, and I would definitely go and purchase something else that's more fresh, it's in the same vein, and I wouldn't pay so much money for a fragrance like that. But they have some incredible juices, like I said. There's like Parisian Oud, Sahara Oud, London Oud. There's some incredible juices that are really worth forking out that much money for, so I just want to say that. Okay, so next up is Serge Lutens. Now, Serge Lutens actually is very relatively priced, like they're not a super expensive house, but I really have to stand behind this brand and say how much it's worth it, because to me, it's this typical Parisian French house. Like it's this French classic fragrance house. It really embodies this vibe, and I actually went to the boutique in Paris and I saw it. I'm not working with the brand, so don't worry, I'm not working with Serge Lutens, but I really felt their image is so strong, the brand is so strong, it's very classic. They have some incredible juices, like really incredible. The only thing that I would say is not worth it is they have a line, like I guess you could say it's an exclusive line in the black bottles, like the tall black bottles. Very expensive, and to me they're not worth it. I feel like they're just the same Serge Lutens fragrances in a different bottle, put out a higher price tag. But saying that, Chergui, Bois Vanille, there's so many that I love and I want to own. There's one that's like Rahat Le Con, I don't know. But there's so many that I love and I really want to own from Serge Lutens, and the house to me just embodies this beautiful French niche luxury chic house. So I really think it's worth the money. It's a great brand and one that I definitely recommend that you should check out if you haven't already, Serge Lutens, and it's been around for a very long time. Okay, next up, we have a more new house that I recently discovered. Again, not being paid, it's just my opinion. This brand I recently discovered when I think I was in Australia. Yeah, I was in Australia and it was a while ago now, and it's BDK. I really want to own a lot from the brand because I have a few favorites like Creme de Cuir, Rouge Smoking, the Tuberose Imperial. There's some incredible fragrances from the house. The quality is there. The packaging is super cool. It's very conceptual. It has its own image, which I love. I hate, and I cannot reiterate it enough, I hate when a fragrance brand copies another brand. Like, come on. It's not that hard to be individual. Just stay in your own lane, do your own thing. I'm very big about, and I have a very strong opinion about people copying things. Like, just stop. Like, I hate it. So for me, BDK, it's really in its own lane and I really love that. So BDK to me is worth the money. It's a newer house, but I really love what they're doing with the brand. Again, I can't wait to own them, and yeah, to me it's definitely worth the money. BDK. If you guys haven't checked it out, you definitely should. Like I just said, some of my favorites: Rouge Smoking, Creme de Cuir, Tuberose. There's another one that I really love. But anyways, next up we have Initio. Initio Parfums to me, again, very conceptual fragrance house. Very sexy, dark, mysterious. They're very different. Again, they're in their own lane and I love that. They're their own brand. I know when I smell an Initio, and something that I love about Initio, and I've said it many times, is how consistent they are. Like, the brand is so consistent. Every single one of the fragrances, they last a long time. They have this signature juice quality to them. They have a certain smell. They're all very sexy. They're very like attractive, rich, just incredible fragrances. Again, to me, it's a very conceptual house, which I love. And it's definitely worth the money in my eyes, like definitely. Beautiful box, beautiful packaging, they're unique, they have their own image, and I just love the brand. So you may disagree, but that's just my thoughts on Initio. And I love so many from Initio, it's crazy. Like really, I love so many. Next up is MFK. 100% MFK is worth the money. To me, in my eyes, MFK is one of the best niche houses, again, in my eyes. Maison Francis Kurkdjian. They have so many incredible juices. Like, I really don't think that Francis Kurkdjian can make a mistake with what he does. Every single one of the fragrances has something to them. Even the simplest fragrances like A La Rose, they're beautiful. Like, I really cannot commend this house enough. There's so many that I love and want to own. I don't get bottles from MFK. I wish. But I just love the house. Grand Soir, Oud Satin Mood, Oud Cashmere Mood, Baccarat Rouge, the Extrait, Amorous Homme. There's just so many good fragrances from this house, and I really think if you're going to invest your money in a niche house, MFK is definitely one to look at. Just everything about the brand, it's luxury, but it also has this classic French chic vibe to it as well, which I love, and it just makes me feel like I smell like so good when I wear the fragrances. So MFK, definitely, for me, it's worth the money. Okay, so next up we have Parfums de Marly. Now, there was a few people commenting in my comment section again, saying Parfums de Marly is not worth the money. To me, it 100% is, and I'll tell you why. For what you're getting, the quality is there. Incredible perfumers, they work with great labs. I'm not just saying this, I'm not sponsored, I'm allowed to say whatever I want. I can say that Parfums de Marly is trash, they're a joke, I hate them. I can say whatever I want, and to me, Marly is worth the money. And if you look at it, it's not that expensive for what you're getting. You're getting a beautiful bottle, beautiful packaging, incredible juices. They work with some of the best perfumers in the industry. They work with fantastic labs like Firmenich and Givaudan. They just work with some of the greatest people. To me, it's such a great brand. I'm never going to say it enough. It, to me, has like this French vibe to it, but it also has a little Middle Eastern touch, which I adore in some of the fragrances, like Habdan, Ojan, Herod. There's like a little Middle Eastern touch, but it still holds that classic French luxury, elegant feeling to it as well. Bottles, juice, perfumers, brand, concept, it's gorgeous. I love it, and I really think it's worth spending your money on. I'm going to order another bottle of Delina because I'm actually out of mine, so that's how you know. The final fragrance house that I think probably in this list, this house is like really the one that is worth spending your money, and it is Frederic Malle. Frederic Malle to me is such an insane fragrance house. It's just insane. The quality is incomparable to most niche brands at this price. It's incomparable. Frederic Malle, it's classic, it's chic, it's luxury, but in this beautiful, classy way. It's very sophisticated. The quality of the fragrances are just there. Actually, many people that I've talked to in the industry, everyone that I've spoken with has so much respect for the house of Frederic Malle. I love what he does when he collaborates with perfumers like Frederic Malle times Dominique Ropion, Portrait of a Lady. I love the concept of doing this, and I really think collaboration is one of the best ways to succeed in life, and I love what he's doing with his entire brand. Again, super consistent. If there's something that I can say about Frederic Malle, it's they're consistent. Throughout the entire line, they all have the same quality, the same investment, the same everything. They're consistent, which is really important when you're spending your money. Creed. Batch inconsistencies, it's not acceptable, and you never have this problem with any of the brands that I spoke about today. You never have batch inconsistencies. You never have, you never order something and it doesn't smell the same when you order it as opposed to when you went and smelled it at the mall. This is not okay. So for me, Frederic Malle is like a 12 out of 10 fragrance house. Sadly, I don't own any Frederic Malles. I own like 2 at home. That's it. I have a lot of samples. Again, that's how you know. I'm not getting free bottles from Frederic Malle. I'm not being paid. I just really respect the house. That is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed hearing my part 2 of luxury perfume brands that I really think are worth your investment and really worth your money. I do want to quickly say there were some brands that were not included in either videos, and that's because I don't really think they're worth the money, but I don't really think that they're not worth the money. For instance, Kurkdjian. As much as I adore Kurkdjian fragrances, like they smell so good, they're super expensive, like crazy expensive, and I think it's a little ridiculous. So as much as I love the juice, I think they're really good, and the concept of Kurkdjian, it's so cool, I love it. I just think it's a little bit too expensive, to be honest. What are some other ones? Mansera Montal, I mean, to me, they're not really quality, you know, they're not really quality houses. They have some great fragrances, they have some very powerful, potent juices that are really great. For instance, I love Velvet Vanilla, I love, what else? Guys, I can't think right now. Intense Cafe from Montal, incredible. But I'm just saying, I don't really think it's like the highest of quality, if I'm gonna be honest. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you didn't hate me for my opinion, but actually I had a really great response from my previous video, and I was really happy because it's actually very hard when you're a fragrance, I hate the word influencer, but fragrance reviewer. You have to be careful with what you say, but really I don't care. I'm gonna be honest and gonna tell you guys what I want and what I feel. So that's my video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.